Hello, everybody. My name is Clarence Napier, the insurance broker, licensed in 12 states, which include Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Washington State, and California. Today is September 8th, the start of the business week for many, and today's podcast episode is Dissecting the 5 front-end sales activities, which include contacting, prospecting, appointment setting, closing, and getting zero-cost referrals. And of course, like I mentioned on a previous podcast episode, working as an insurance broker, working with companies, working with individuals, working with entrepreneurs, self-employed people, there's a direct connection to me wanting to help business owners on the business building side, on the business development side. Those two will never be inseparable in my life as an insurance broker. Because when I meet with employers and they have issues with the costs, I have evidence that can always track the issue with the rising premiums, even though I don't want to see rising premiums, but what can I do about it? I can always track back to that employer's revenue not growing, being stagnant as a source of pain for employers or even self-employed individuals who need to, design and navigate for success to have a great financial outcome in their self-employment years. So let's get right to it. Dissecting the 5 front-end sales activities. Let's start with number 1. The first one is contacting. Now, a lot of these 5 front-end sales activities, they're very intimate. They're specifically designed for the small business owner. Now, as a former corporate executive, a corporate employee of a company that was 55,000 employees strong, and I served as one of the vice presidents of sales, the contacting strategy for a corporate entity, companies as big as like Apple and IBM and Disney, that contacting strategy is not the same that should be considered for small business owners. I cannot emphasize the point that many small business owners, when they think about marketing, they think about reaching out to people. They're thinking that they have these, $10 million, $20 million budgets that they can do mass advertising, mass marketing. And it's not the case. Many small business owners that have, 100, 200 employees, they can't spend $20 million on some kind of marketing campaign, but they're led to believe that they need to spend not $20 million, but maybe they need to spend $100,000 or, $200,000 on some marketing campaign. And it just won't work, primarily because many small business owners have competitors in the same city, in the same industry. And that's one of the main reasons why, big business marketing is not aligned with small business marketing. So to drive home that point about it being very intimate and interpersonal, contacting at the small business owner level needs to be very like a foot soldier operation. Like I was in the military, as a combat soldier, I was like a mobile phone combat soldier. In other words, I worked on phones. I worked on telecommunication systems in a combat environment. And that was very interpersonal when you have, people in a tent, in the general's tent or the colonel's tent, wanting to, talk to the world about things. We had to make sure that those connections were solid. We had high reliability with some of these connections. So at the small business level, contacting at the small business level, don't look at it as if you can't do anything, because you can. You can do a lot if you're a small business generating, $5 to $10 million, and you have competitors in the local industry, which means you have to have a system where, you're out there actually contacting people. And, we're talking about maybe adding 10 to 15 new clients a month, or sometimes in a quarter, depending on your price range. If you're selling items, big ticket items that are $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, or even if it's $5,000 or $10,000, it's significant if you can generate, 5, 10, 15 clients a month or a quarter. So contacting is an intimate process. It's not something you can pay for some digital marketing services. Again, why? Because there's too many competitors out there, too many. The next one is prospecting. Prospecting is another intimate, another intimate relationship that you have to create with people that may become your new clients. Just like contacting, prospecting is when you really get to ask questions, and these questions are not too deep because you're just meeting this person. It might be a 5 or 10 minute conversation when you're out and about, but these questions lead to that potential customer, that prospect, telling you something about their business. And once you have listened to what those answers are to some of your sort of like, semi-probing questions, nothing too deep, then you have the opportunity to ask for that appointment because you believe your business and services match what that potential customer or that prospect needs or is looking for. The next one is appointment setting. That's a pretty fast one. It can be screwed up if you let it. That's really like a 5 or 10 minute conversation, but you can screw it up if you do something wrong. If you're not using what I call the 3-2-1 biz development system, which I am the president of that company, and which will be a Georgia LLC in the next coming months. Now, closing, in my opinion, in my professional opinion as a consultant since November 1st, 2014, and in my opinion as a former corporate executive who has closed many deals at the corporate level, my biggest account was $225,000 per month in Southern California. I can tell you that closing is based on the success that you had in the previous 3 front-end sales activities. If you had success in contacting, if you had success in prospecting, if you had success in getting that appointment, closing is a summary. You get credit for doing well in those first 3 front-end sales activities. So closing should not be something mysterious where you just have no idea what the outcome may be. You should know what the outcome will be likely because you had success in contacting, prospecting, and appointment setting, very intimate interactions with someone who may be your next customer. So closing is an opportunity to just come together and hear the details of your prospects' business, their concerns, feedback, things like that. And in that process, we, 321 Biz Development, we have an amazing form called the Prospect Interview Form. Please do not let those 3 words, in other words, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Just because it sounds like a very simple, 3 words, prospect interview form, it's a very powerful Q&A where prospects are encouraged to talk. In fact, I like to call it, it's a pull marketing process. And one day I'll have a podcast about pull marketing, but it's a pull marketing instead of push marketing concept, where prospects are encouraged and they're actually very motivated to talk to you about what they're dealing with. Again, another intimate process. So using the prospect interview form and that conversation that lasts about 30 to 45 minutes, you have, using the entire 321 Biz Dev system, you have a probability up to 80% that prospect will say yes to doing business with you. And let's close out with getting zero cost referrals. Getting zero cost referrals is really your report card of executing the previous 4 front-end sales activities: contacting, prospecting, appointment setting, and closing. Getting zero cost referrals translates into that prospect, now a client, is happy about the sales experience they had, and they're eager to tell their friends, family, and colleagues that they finally had a good sales experience with a person in business. Now, mind you, the prospect may say no to your product or service, but still have a great sales experience. And people need to take that training, the 6 to 9 hour training that 321 Biz Development offers, because not everyone will be a good fit for your product or service. But that does not mean that these prospects who did not become clients do not deserve a great sales experience. So this is Clarence Napier wrapping up this podcast episode. I just want to let you know we have 4 sessions where people can talk about their business. It's called the online networking, that happens twice on Mondays, twice on Wednesdays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Time. And for 3 to 5 minutes, you can talk about your business. And then we spend the rest of the time providing sales tips, not the full 321 6 to 9 hour sales system training, but we talk about tips just like this. Again, my name is Clarence Napier. Please give me a jingle at 866-901-9876. Take care and have a productive week.